Hey, you guys ready to learn something? It's Friday, it's cold, I'm in my apartment, and I'm gonna tell you something I think that's worth sharing. So, if you're new to watching some of my content, my name is Mar. There's a lot of abilities as a creative that I've built over the years that I'm still learning. Sketching, photo, video, and I use all that in order to help my business. I started blogging, vlogging, something for me to look back at and just be like, damn, that's where I was. That's important. Why? Anybody that views can see the growth. I'm telling you right now, I will grow. In high school, I had no direction. Anybody could take their career and really perfect it. And you know, if you're good at something, there's an art behind it. From 2001 to 2005, art to me was just sketching. In 2007, I decided to educate myself and take graphic design school. I went to graphic design school. That didn't fall through. So I intentionally I like showing when I mess up. There's a lot of times that I freaking mess up when it comes to these vlogs. I'm thinking. Why am I thinking? Art has saved my life. Why did I title this Art Makes Me Money? Because it does. More so to grab your attention. I decided to choose graphic design, follow the footstep of someone I looked up to, Shepard Fairey. Many of you guys know him as Obey. He was the artist behind this design. I dropped out of college for several reasons. It was too expensive. I wasn't doing so good in classes. My grades were really terrible. My life at the time was all over the place. But after college and after the dropout, the one thing that stuck with me, urge to constantly create, to become an artist. I had this rooted idea that I could become like the modern Picasso in this society of 7.4 billion people in the world. I decided to emulate Shepard Fairey, which was by creating stickers and creating posters and creating a whole bunch of things. In the back of my head, what eventually was growing was, how can I make a living off creating? How can I make a living being an artist? So I had to go get a coffee. I go to this place called Ink and Bean. Freaking delicious. I'm trying to get off this. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard. Eventually people started hiring me, and that was awesome. You know, being able to tell somebody, hey, yeah, I will do this for X amount of price. Surprisingly, it was decent for me. Let me put this down. Where did this idea of art making money really taking place? So school, shitty jobs, freelancing, shitty jobs, trial and error, testing things, experimenting with stuff, just doing videos, just making content, putting it out there. One of my best friends recognized my growth and believed in my content that he actually hired me to go to Bali. He gave me an experience that I won't ever forget for several reasons. I mean, one, I'm in Bali and I get to travel. I'm traveling because I'm traveling with my art. That's awesome. That's cool. I never thought I'd experience something like that. I would watch other people do it via YouTube and via other videos on Facebook or whatever, and I'd be like, dang, you get to travel doing art. And I was like, damn, that's so cool. But it finally happened to me. Luckily, it was my best friend, but I fucking appreciate it, you know? This brings me to this book right here. Along with all the self-help books, this was one of the books that I purchased last year. It's called The 10X Rule by a guy named Grant Cardone. He came up on my recommended feed on YouTube, and I decided to click on it, and then I just got sucked in. A lot of the shit he says is straight to the point. There's a chapter called Success is Your Duty, and it was on the 17-hour plane trip there and back that I was reading this book. Even when I was in Bali talking to my friend Tony, I kept referring to this book. He's read it himself, so we were just like chit-chatting back and forth. There was a part in here that eventually it made me quit my job. It made me think about the one opportunity we have and to just kind of risk it. And I made an educated risk. And what I mean by that is, like, I took all the experiences that I've had. I wrote down a quick, simple plan. How many clients do I want a month? How much do I want to make a month? And how much I'm going to charge each client in order for me to make that each month. Very ambitious. I had a giant number. I'm still progressing in order to have that number each month. I get closer each time. Anyways, but it planted a seed about success. not necessarily just to be financially stable, successful in all areas of my life. Being healthy, having a great relationship with my family, having a great relationship with my friends, having a great relationship with my partner, having a clean environment to work in, just being successful in all areas of your life.
No direction, too much free time, and still hadn't made a commitment to approach success as an obligation. At that time, I couldn't hold a job, had surrounded myself with losers, was terminally hopeless. Look, if you don't consider it your duty to live up to your full potential, then you're not. You just simply won't do it. If it doesn't become an ethical issue for you, then you won't feel obligated and driven to fulfill your capacity. My wife and I are on the same page with this concept. Now, I'm not just talking about money here. I just don't mean success in monetary terms, but in every area. Our marriage needs to be successful. Our health needs to be successful. Man, me as a spiritual being, I want to be successful as a spiritual being, and I want to know who I am and where I'm going. The contributions to the community, I want that to be successful. I want my future to be successful, even long after we're both gone.
Really recommend this book. I recommend books. I basically document for other business owners and other small businesses, or I make videos for small business, for social media, or for web, or for YouTube. What's the entire point of that in this video that I'm creating right now? You know, anybody that's watching that needs proof that you can make a living doing what you love. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be art, you know. You may, whatever you're passionate about, set a plan, even if it's a brief plan, you know, it could start with a number each month that you want to make. And if it's a service, figuring out the amount that you want to charge for that service, or if it's a product, figure out how much you have to sell each month in order for you to obtain that. Of course, there's a lot more that ties into this business. You have to like think of your overhead, which is like all the money that pays for you to live before you get to like enjoy the profit. So that means like electricity, internet, your cell phone, etc. And also for anybody that's out there struggling, you know, you're always more than welcome to hit me up through the comments, direct message me. You could follow me on Instagram and I will respond to you. If you find this of value and you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. It lets me know as a creative that I'm doing a good job. For this first year, I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers. So that's my goal for the next couple months. And I'm gonna keep putting out content every Friday. I'm thinking about adding one more video in the middle of the week, but I'm not too sure. I have to figure out how that would affect my current editing process. Once again, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Also, Tony, Julie, if you're watching this, thank you for allowing me to go to Bali, and thank you for being so patient with me when it comes to your video. I promise you guys, you're gonna love it. I've been working really hard on it and I'm excited to share it. So stay tuned, okay? I just want to let you guys know that. All right, much love you guys.